Hello, we are now going to be doing Objective 4, Formatting Cells with Merge Center, Cell Styles and Themes. And we're going to be doing Activity 1.08, where we use the Merging Center and apply cell styles. Just to remind you that cell styles are where we change the format of the cells. It could be outline, it could be fill. I apologize for dog snoring. It could be different font size. It could be we could include underlines, anything that you might see in cell styles. Alternatively, a number format actually changes how the number looks and behaves. Like if we have a number that is a percentage as a pointer, it's automatically got two decimal places. That's a little bit deeper than we need to know. So let's jump into the activity immediately. So what we're going to do is select the range A1 to F1. And Merging Center command joins selected cells into one larger cell. Basically, they smush them all together. So A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and F1 become one great big A1 cell. It's like supersize the cell. It becomes A1, and whatever the contents are, we're gonna center them. Okay. So what we're gonna do is go Home tab. We're gonna go to the alignment group, and then we're gonna select Merging Center. Beautiful. Then we're going to do the same with A2 to F2. We cannot do them together because if we do, we get a very rude message. Okay, so A2 to F2. Now, I always go from the right to the left, just simply because if I go from the left to the right, I tend to do that a whole lot. So what I found is if I go from the outside to the inside or to the edge, once you get to A1 or once you get to A2, you can't go any further. So Home tab, alignment group, and Merging Center. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, now we're going to go back up to our brand spanking shiny new cell A1. Then we're going to go to Home tab, Styles group, Cell Styles, and this is what the book is going to tell you from now until the last day that we are together. For any of their main headings, the style they want us to use is always going to be the title. So cell styles, titles and headings, and we select title. Beautiful. And number 4. We're now going to click on our brand spanking new cell A2, and we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to go to the Home tab. We're going to go to the Styles group. We're going to select Cell Styles again, and this time we're going to select Heading 1. Every exercise will pretty much follow this pattern. Okay. And we're going to use the Cell Styles to maintain a consistent look in a worksheet and across the worksheet and in a workbook. Alrighty. So now we want to select B3 to F3 and select the range A4 to A8. When I was speaking with my students today, we discussed is it necessary to do what is called the non-contiguous selection or not. So I demonstrated both ways, and it was their opinion that the do it one at a time method is better. So let's try both of these. So it's going to be B3 to F3. All right. So we are selecting our column headings. Okay. Then, without knocking anything over, I'm going to press my Control key. I'm going to try and look over here to the A4 all the way down to A8. I was able to do it, and I'm supposed to apply heading 4. Okay. So Home tab, Styles group, Cell Styles, and heading 4. Okay, so let me come back and show you what I showed the students today in class. It's just one extra second, one extra step. So all I said was, hey, for convenience, I always select B3 to F3. I go Home tab, I go to Styles Group, Cell Styles, and I select Heading 4. And then I did the same thing with my column. A4 to A8. I went in the same location, Home tab, Styles Group, Cell Styles, and Heading 4. What is the difference between one method and the other? Nothing really. It's just one extra step and my sample cover. Okay. And save. Push to save. Activity 1.09. We're going to format financial numbers to present a clear and accurate worksheet. And likes to apply appropriate formatting when reporting financial information such as sales. No kidding. This one looks nasty. We're going to do some serious TLC to it. So first of all, we're going to start off by selecting the top row, which is row 4, and the bottom row, which is row 8. Okay, and we can do them where we press the Control key, or you can do them individually, whichever you like. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to kind of see it. Okay, so it's going to be E4 to E4. Then I'm going to go to Home tab. You know, I'll do it the proper way first, and I'll do the book way, and then I'll do my way after. So I'm going to select B4 to E4. Let's try and press the Control key down. And I'm going to select B8 to, sorry, E8. And I'm going to go to Home tab, Number Group. And we are going to select the accounting format. It's the dollar symbol in the number group, the dollar symbol in the left-hand section. Accounting number. Everything kind of bumps out. Then it inserts a fixed US dollar sign to the left of the cell. It adds the comma for thousand separators. It adds the 2 decimal places. And apparently on the right-hand side, it adds a little extra room on the right in case you have to add a bracket or a parenthesis somewhere down the line, maybe for negative values. So that's why you see that little extra space on the right-hand side. Okay. Now, my method is not much different. The only thing is I do it one row at a time. You do B4 to B4, Home tab, Number Group, Accounting. And then I do B8 to E8, Home tab, Number Group, and Accounting. Exactly the same result. Whatever your comfort zone is, you use it. Number 3. Now, what we want to do is format the cells from E5 to E7. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the comma style. And the comma style is, in fact, it's exactly the same as the accounting format without the dollar symbol. Everything is exactly the same, but the only thing that's not included is the dollar sign. Okay. So, Home tab, Number Group, and select the comma. So yeah, that looks pretty darn good. And it says rows that are not the first row or the total row should be formatted with a comma style, and I agree with that. Number 4. Now we're going to select the range B8 to E8. So B8 to E8. It's our totals row. All right. Then we're going to go back into the Home tab, Styles Group. We're going to go, the Styles Group. We're going to select Cell Style again. We're going to go down to the titles and headings again. And then we're going to go all the way across to the very, very end and select the total style. Now, a couple more things to do before we get to the end of this objective. Now we want to change the workbook theme, and we're also going to use the auto fit. Okay, a theme is a predefined set of colors, fonts, lines, and fill that will coordinate for an attractive look. Where is the theme located? It is located in the page layout tab at the very left-hand side of your ribbon, themes. And you've got themes, you've got colors, you've got fonts, and you've got effects. We're going to click on the theme, and the one that we're going to select, I think it's fonts. Don't quote me. It is. Okay, number 2. In the display gallery, locate and click on the slide theme. Notice that the fill styles change to match the new theme. All right, so for me, the slice theme is 3rd row down and 2nd from the left. Okay. Now, the other thing is, if you look carefully, it's spiced. It's not spiced. You can't see the entire content of all the entries in column A. So what they want us to do is to auto fit column A. So what it does, it finds the widest entry in the column and it makes it fit. Kind of like stretchy pants. Okay. So what we're going to do is bring our mouse up to the letter A in the column A. Then we're going to move our mouse slowly to moving it closest to the letter B. And when A changes, like that, your mouse pointer will change. So when it changes from green to gray, you're automatically going to double click and it widens the column. All right, last but not least, let's click on A1. Let's do a save, and that gets us to the end of that page.